Good morning, students. How are you all? I hope all of you are very good and safe. As you know, in the coming week you have your UTs. So today we are going to revise our UT syllabus. Now the first one is chapter 1, plant reproduction. We will do our chapter 4 later. So let's start. First of all, keywords. What is germination? Germination means the process which gives rise to new plant from a seed. When a new plant is formed from the seed, that is known as germination. Next is pesticides. What are pesticides? Pesticides are those chemicals which are used for destroying the plant pest, like locust, different type of pest that can damage the crop, so that are used to kill the pest. So these are known as pesticides. Next is plant embryo. Plant embryo means a baby plant. Embryo means a baby plant in a seed. That is known as plant embryo. Next is radicle. Radicle means the first part to appear when a seed germinates. It forms roots. So radicle is the first part when a seed germinates and it always forms the roots. So radicle, R for radicle, R for roots. Clear? Next is seed dispersal. What is dispersal? Dispersal means when anything can scattered easily from one place to another. So seed dispersal means the natural process of scattering the seeds. It is either done by wind, by water, or by animals. So that is seed dispersal. Next is plumule. The first part of a plant to appear above the ground and it later converted into stem. So the first part of plant to appear above the ground, which forms the stem of a plant, is known as plumule. Radicle forms the roots, plumule forms the stem. Clear? Now exercise portion. First of all, let's start the exercise. Tick the correct answer. The outermost part of the seed is called seed leaf, seed coat, seedling or shoot. So the outermost part of the seed is called seed coat. जो आउटर सीड की आउटरमोस्ट पार्ट है उसको क्या बोलेंगे? सीड कोट. क्लियर? नेक्स्ट, प्लांट दैट प्रोड्यूस सीड विथ टू कोटिलिडन्स आर कॉल्ड मोनोकोटिलिडन्स, dicotyledons, tetracotyledons, polycotyledons. Plants which have two cotyledons. Cotyledons means seed leaf. So monocotyledons means, mono means single, di means twice, tetra means four, and poly means many leaf. So the having two cotyledons means dicotyledons. The answer will be dicotyledons. When a seed germinates, the first part to grow is the radicle, shoot, branch or leaf. I told you when a seed germinates, the first part to grow is the roots, and that is known as radicle. A fern plant grows from a seed, spore, cone or leaf. So a fern plant grows from a spore. As you know, fern plant is a non-flowering plant, and non-flowering plant do not have seeds. So the fern plant have spores, and spores are the tiny bodies that are present on the leaves, and when they fall on the ground they can convert into new plant. So the fern plants have spores. Cone is also a non-flowering plant, but it does cones are present on the pine tree. So cones are like V shape. So cones are like this. The baby plant inside the seed is also called, as I told you, baby plant is known as embryo. Clear? Seeds of the desert rose plant are dispersed by wind, water, explosion and animals. Seeds of the desert rose plant, these are very light in weight and they can easily blown by wind. So seeds of desert plant means dispersal of seeds are done by wind, water, explosion or animals. So since desert rose plant is very light in weight, so they easily blown away by wind. Clear? Next, fill-ups. The two leaf-like structure in a bean shade are called cotyledons. New banana plant grows from their underground stems. Seeds of dandelion are dispersed by, as I told you, dandelion is light in weight, so they are easily dispersed by wind. A tea plant can be grown by planting its stem. When you want to grow the tea plant, then you can cut its stem and you can plant it another pot, so it can easily grow into a tea plant by cutting its stem. Kharif crops are sown in monsoon. Clear? Monsoon period is from June to October. Clear? Next, question answer. What does a seedling need to grow into a healthy plant? What does a seedling need to grow into a healthy plant? A seedling need air, water, warmth, proper fertile soil. So all these factors need a seedling need to grow into a healthy plant. Next, name some trees which produce cones. So cedars, firs and pines. These are all non-flowering plants and they are produce cones. What are Rabi and Kharif crops? Rabi crops that are grown in winter, that is from November to April, that are known as Rabi crops. Kharif crops are grown in monsoon, that is from June to October, that is Kharif crops. Clear? Remember, याद करने का तरीका, रवि और रवि सेम साउंड है, तो रवि को सर्दी लगी, that is in winter crops. And Kharif crops require lot of water, और lot of water कब मिलता है? During monsoon. Like rice requires a lot of water, so it is a Kharif crop. So उनके लिए पानी कब चाहिएगा? During monsoon. And monsoon कब आएगा? June to October. So Kharif crops are sown in during monsoon and Rabi crops are sown in winter. Clear? Now what are granaries? Granaries are the big houses where the harvested crops are stored properly, that are known as granaries. Clear? Next question. Explain the process of germination of seed with a label. Now the next question is, explain the process of germination of seed with a label diagram. The answer is in page number 6. As you can see, first is, when the seed germinate, the root grow downward in the soil, the shoot grow upward toward the light, the roots get bigger and new leaves grow on the shoot. As you can see, first when the seed germinate, roots grow towards the soil, shoot grow towards the light because they require light to grow, and later the roots get deeper and deeper and it hold the soil particles together and shoot become enlarged towards the light, and this is how germination of seeds occur. Clear? Now the next question is, describe the two ways of seed dispersal. So what are the two ways of seed dispersal? First, seeds can be dispersed by wind. The seeds that are light in weight, have wing-like structure or hair-like structure, can easily carried by wind from one place to another. Example, dandelion, desert rose. Next is water. Seeds that have fibrous covering that can float on water can be dispersed by this method. Example, coconut. So seeds either can be dispersed by wind or it can be dispersed by water. It can also be dispersed by animals also, but since the question asks about the two ways, so we have to discuss about two ways only. Clear? Next question is, list the steps followed by farmers to grow crops. Means what are the necessary steps a farmer need to take to grow the crops. The steps followed by farmers to grow crops are, first, field is flowed, manure is added to the soil. That means पहले field means खेत, उसको खेत को अच्छी तरह से जोतेंगे by using tractors or by using flow. Manure is added to soil. What is manure? Manure is made by the decomposition of organic waste. Next is, seeds are sown. Crops are irrigated. Irrigated means watered. When you water the crops regularly, then the seeds can sow. Removal of weeds. What are weeds? Weeds are the unwanted plants that grow naturally and they require lot of nutrients for their growth and it can affect the main crop. So removal of weeds is necessary. Next is, crops are sprayed with chemicals called pesticides to protect from the pest. As I told you, pesticides are those chemicals which are used to kill the pest. And last is, crops are harvested. So these are the steps which is followed by farmers to grow the crops. Clear? Next question is last. How do non-flowering plants produce new plants? Describe with an example. So non-flowering plants, trees like cedars, firs and pines, these are all non-flowering plants and they produce cones with seeds and these seeds give rise to new plants for germination. Clear? So these are the questions. I hope each and every question is clear to you. You have to revise each and every topic thoroughly and be prepared for your test. All the very best. Thank you.